definitely going to have to wear me hair up, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's wrong with you?
I was scared you might have gone. Out. I thought you might have gone out.
Why? Where are you going?
Nowhere.
To the shops.
Yeah, look, go and hold the mirror. See, what do you think it looks like?
Yeah. Look all right. Have you tried that wreath on yet?
Oh, do we have to wear that wreath thing?
Yes, you do.
Here we are, girls. Hi, love. What's the matter?
Nothing.
You got a face down to your knees.
I can't help it, can I? I was born with it.
Frank, look, what are we going to do about this room?
Should have gone for a marquee, I suppose. Still, we don't spill out into the garden if it's not too cold.
Look at the trestle table over there.
Right, are you coming with us tonight? Ronnie, Nisha and Margaret will be there. She can come, can't she, to me hen party?
Oh, I think that'll be all right. Well, what do you think if they're not back too late?
I don't want to be back too late myself. I need all the beauty sleep I can get.
Where you going? I want her sticking to orange juice. No alcohol, all right? And do as your big sister says.
I've got an headache.
What's the matter with her?
She's got a headache.
Oh, I hope she's not sickening from anything. There's a terrible cold going round, you know. Don't want her ill for tomorrow.
She'll be all right.
I rang the caterers, by the way.
Oh, good.
Be here about 10:30.
It's fine.
I got back to RGF, but it's no go. Got a match on Saturday. He won't let him off the Friday practice.
Oh, so he's not going to make it then?
Well, he said he would if it was the funeral of a close relative, but nothing else.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Still, it is more or less what we expected, love. Look, I'll just go and see if she wants an aspirin.
I hope she's not going to be ill for my wedding. I just don't want anything to go wrong tomorrow. Not anything.
Don't worry, love. I'll make sure it doesn't.
Katie, are you in there? Katie?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Sammy's room?
Trying this thing on.
Doesn't go like that. There, like that. That's better, see?
It's hideous. I look like one of them Debbie types out of the Cheshire Life magazines in the dentist.
No, you don't. And even if you did, it's our Sammy's date, so we'll be doing things the way she wants them to.
You still think it's a mistake, though, don't you?
Katie, what have you done to your mouth?
Don't you?
That's made it worse now.
Don't you?
Come here. Come on. Come on. I've said my piece. And when somebody's made their mind up, well, all you can do is back them to the hilt, even if you have got private reservations yourself.
Who are you talking about now? Sammy and you, or you and me?
You're not stupid, you, are you? Have you really got a headache?
Yeah? No. Well, I could probably have one if I really tried.
Well, why don't you stop trying, eh? Go out tonight with our Sammy instead. She'd really like that.
Don't want to.
But why not?
I'm scared.
Scared of what?
Going out.
Oh, don't be silly, Katie. Why?
I'm scared you won't be here when I get back.
Oh, Katie, come on. I'm not going to disappear in a puff of smoke.
Have you told me Dad yet?
No, it isn't the right time yet. But when it is, I will. You should forget about that until all this wedding business is over, eh?
I can't.
You can. Come on. It's not the end of the world.
It is.
Katie, it isn't. I will always be your mum, whatever happens. Nothing either of us can do is going to change that.
But I mean, you and my Dad seem fine together now. Like, back to normal. Why can't you just try again?
Because it's all on the surface, that love. Underneath, we're still very unhappy. Well, I am. I have been for some time now.
Is that why you and Dr. are raw?
I don't want to talk about that now.
Why not?
Because this is our Sammy's time, not ours. Another time, eh?
Okay.
Headache gone now?
Nearly.
Good.
And you won't go without telling me, will you?
I said I wouldn't.
Chris?
Yeah?
Cake's arrived. What do you want doing with it?
Hang on. Got to go.
don't know why I let you talk me into these things. Because I'm right, that's why. I know there's something. It's not just one kid in a Rob CD player. There's something bigger going on here. You know what? If they had any sense, they'd have us back here. Instead of another riveting shift on car park. So much for your rumours, eh? You know what's going to hit the fan, don't you? In massive quantities if they find out down the station what you're up to. I'm not up to anything. I'm just watching me friend playing the fruit machines.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, let's see.
It's beautiful.
Very complicated, though, isn't it? What happens if it collapses on us?
Well, I think we'll just leave that to the caterers, eh?
It's a pity you couldn't have made it, Chris. Sammy's cake.
I can't do all that complicated icing.
Yeah, it's the thought, though, isn't it? The gesture. I mean, a shot cake, caterers, it's all a bit soulless.
Yeah, but I don't want my mum slaving away in the kitchen all day, do I? I want everyone to enjoy themselves. Right, I think I better go and pack. Oh, Mum, look at the time. What time's tea going to be?
Well, whenever you like, love. About 6:30.
No, I don't think I've got time to eat. I've got masses to do. Oh, I better take these dresses upstairs, okay?
Was that a criticism?
You what?
Because I would have done it, all of it, if there'd been more time. Don't make it sound as though I'd let her down in some way. Or is that what you think?
No.
Good. Because even though I think she's making a big mistake, I hope to God I'm proved wrong, because I just want her to be happy.
She is happy. You've only got to look at her to see it. It's bubbling out of her.
Yeah, but for how long?
Longer than it lasted for you, eh?
19 years isn't such a bad innings. Frank, look, I need to talk to you.
Can't it wait till after all this is over?
No. No, I don't think it can.
Okay. All right, mate, come in. All right. She's upstairs. Sammy!
So, how are you feeling?
What about?
Tomorrow!
Oh, fine.
Sammy!
No, listen, I'm not stopping, honest. I just brought these round. And look, I was thinking, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
It's your stag night tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, well, thought you might like to come along.
Me to your stag night?
Yeah.
You don't want an old wrinkly like me coming along ruining your big night out.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'd be dead grateful, you know. Someone with a bit of,
Punch?
Hey.
with a bit of... Oh, well, it's me mate, isn't it? I don't trust them. A few jars of ale down the throats and they'll have me hair washed in Guinness, me kecks round by my ankles, and I'll wake up somewhere in Widnes at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds just your sort of party.
Well, if you're sure, like, you know. I mean, all right, yeah, I'll come along and do me ref act.
That's great. I'll call for you at 7:30 then, eh?
What about sorting out the room?
Oh, I can manage that. Look, are you sure you don't want to see Sammy?
No, I'll catch you later or something, eh? I'll get off then. I'll see you.
OK, mate.
All right, well, bye.
See you, Owen. Nice lad.
You always say that.
Well, he is.
I know. Just wonder why you feel the need to say it.
Hey, you going to tell me something?
It's all right, I can wait.
What's this?
Oh, it's a liquidizer. You stick it in vegetables and things and make soup.
What a boring prezi. Suppose it must have been a vibrator.
Oh, what?
A vibrator?
How do you know about vibrators?
I don't. Just thought it might be one.
Don't be soft. It's off Auntie Mo and Uncle Jack, but what do you know about vibrators anyway?
Nothing too high. I wouldn't mistake a liquidizer for one.
Yeah, well, don't you ever say that out loud because it's not funny.
Yes?
Is Marcia? No, never mind. Doesn't matter.
That's Sinbad.
Well, are you Sinbad?
You know who I am.
Apparently it is, yeah.
Tell him to come in.
Come in. He's in. What do you want me to do with him now?
Ellis.
Hiya.
Hi. I know I'm a bit early. I could come back later on. I don't want to interrupt anything. You're not?
Well, I thought he was.
Oh, take notice of him. He's babysitting for me. Won't be a minute. Sit down.
So, where is he then? This lad? The one who's involved in this mega crime ring? I mean, look at them all. Murderers, robbers, rapists. Lesson number one, Rod. Never get emotionally involved.
Oh, this is very nice. The ex and the current having a quiet little chat together. Question is, of course, which is which? So what do you want to talk about? Economics? Philosophy? The situation in Eastern Europe? Or maybe we should talk about Marcia. Now, that's a subject I'm pretty well up on these days.
Whiskies, please, love.
Tell you what, getting a bit blue over there, Frank.
Yeah, I hear.
Do you want to have with these?
What else was it?
Two double whiskies, I think.
And another suitable whiskies, please, love.
Take no notice of them.
What you mean, what did you do in the war? Grandad cracks?
I don't think they mean a birthday.
Well, it's a suit, isn't it? Well, the grandad bit is, anyway. Now, I'm looking forward to it. And 3 pints of bitter, please, love.
I just didn't want you to feel out of it, you know, what all the boys like.
Nah, they're a nice crowd, aren't they?
They're mad.
Anyway, last night's of freedom, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, I was only joking, you know. It's a lovely girl, that Sammy.
Oh, I know that.
A very special girl. You're lucky fella, though. Tell you what, I wish it was me starting off again. Tell you, it's the biggest adventure in the world, marriage. You know, new life, new home, first baby. I'll give you a bit of advice about our women. Make it clear from day one who's the boss.
Oh, wait, things have changed, though, nowadays, haven't they?
What, you mean this new man business? Big mistake. That's where many of your modern marriages go wrong.
Oh, I think we'll manage, though.
Well, as long as you got your eyes open for the pitfalls. And another thing, going, never, ever sleep on an argument.
Oh, I think it's best that we both work things out for ourselves, you know, together.
Well, I'm sure you will. I've got every confidence in you. But if you ever need any advice, you know where I am. I've got a lot of time for you, son.
Thanks, Frank. Cheers, mate.
Anyway, I'm glad we had this bit of a chat. Won't get much time tomorrow, will we?
Hiya.
Back early.
I told you we wouldn't be late.
Have a good time.
Great, wasn't it?
Yeah, great. I better do one then, all right. See you later.
Oh, no, not on my account, no, huh? Sit down.
No, you
Do you
don't.
want a cup of tea?
Well, actually, I should be here.
Sit down. Dad, where did you go? The 4-star?
No,
I'll tell you where it used to be good. Scorpios. We used to go there every Saturday, didn't we, darling?
That was a long time ago, Alice. Did Leo cough a lot?
Not a squeak out of either of them.
Oh, looked like he was starting a rash earlier. Hope it's not measles.
She's very good with those kids. Nursing them all week. She's stuck in with them all day tomorrow. We'll mix at that wedding next door.
with Rogers. You having a wedding?
You're very quick, Sinbad. I can see why Marcia likes you. Well, she likes intelligent men. Well, she likes all kinds, really. Tall, short, bright, stupid.
Look.
Now, you want to take her down to Scorpio's. Oh, we had some great times there, didn't we, darling? Oh, do you remember that night you got totally bladdered? Got up and did that rap session on stage. Totally bladdered.
I don't need to get drunk to wrap you under the table.
I tell you what, Sinbad. Why don't you come and babysit tomorrow night? And I'll take Marcia down to Scorpio's, just for old time's sake. Oh, you wouldn't mind lending it to me for an evening, would you?
Well,
Do you mind?
Of course he doesn't. He's a man of the world. He understands about these things.
Answer him.
Well, it's up to you, isn't it?
Are you the same fella that threw Jimmy Corkell out?
Well, look, I mean, you're free to do whatever you... Well, I don't own you, do I?
That's true.
Oh, he's an incredibly obliging little fellow, isn't he? So it's a date, then?
Looks like it could be. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a bad marriage. The thing is, you've got to be able to trust each other. And that's the one thing you could rely on with Cyril Dixon. You couldn't trust him. Expecting a she across the road?
No, that's none of our business, that, man. So, you know that arcade means I'm all on surveillance, like...
I should imagine she must be expecting. She looks the type.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, the Latin look. Dark skin, all that hair.
What's that got to do with it, Nan?
Well, they fall very quickly, don't they, people with that colouring and greasy skin? Where are they having the reception?
Dunno.
Oh, at home. I was talking to Sammy this morning.
At home? You mean like a marquee in the garden or something? Personally, I think you were dead right to go for the Tudor rooms.
Oh, that reminds me. Sent the menus this morning.
Oh, they do lovely food there. They do the best prawn cocktail in Liverpool.
Right. That's one of the 15 quid a head ones. I've got to choose. Yeah, Nan. Have a look at that. That's 10 quid a head, that.
Well, this looks fine.
Or there's this, that one. But that's the only problem there, you know.
Is there any prawn cocktail in either of them two, love?
Do you want to have a look?
No, hang on a minute. Has that one got the salmon on? The first one I give you. Come on, wake up.
Is Nicky in?
Nicky?
I'll just go and see if Nicky's in.
Well, what's Nicky got to do with anything?
Won't be a minute. Nicky?
I think you and Nicky have got a little something on the brew.
See, the thing about babies, and you talk to an expert here, I've had 3 of my own, right?
Yeah, and how many others have you had, mate? I get this down, mate. See how many you can get down in 3 minutes.
And that.
Yeah. Okay, where do we start?
Start with a beer, mate.
Hey, aye. You sure about this?
Oh, I'm your age, lad. I could drink anyone under the table.
Go ahead, Frank. Come
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Beer first, yeah?
Beer.
Hiya.
Hiya, love.
Hiya.
Oh, this looks interesting. What is it?
Menus for the wedding.
Nice starters. Soup, prawn, butterflies or melon.
What's the main course on that first one again?
It's roast beef, bone stuffed guinea fowl or lemon sole.
This one's, what's this one got? This one, beef, fresh Scottish salmon or chicken breasts in tarragon cream.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
So, do you want to go for that one then?
Yeah, although these starters are very nice.
Well, they're all the same starters.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I meant.
Oh.
Fancy a grandson of mine having chicken breast in tarragon cream at his wedding. Makes you feel quite weepy.
Oh, the black man.
Mrs. Roger!
Is that you, Owen?
What's shaking?
He's completely legless.
Get him in, love.
He's off his head.
All right, come on, Albie, just... Right, go on. Oh!
I'm really sorry about this. I should have stopped him.
All right, get up.
Hello.
Hello, love. Help me put him onto the couch, Owen, please. Get him down. Here we go.
Chris, you're beautiful.
Hey, I'm Chris, that's Owen.
Owen.
Yeah.
Anything you want to know about women?
You ask somebody else. love.
Okay,
Get
Sam.
him down. Mind him now.
Come here, mate.
Well, he's going to be in a right state tomorrow, isn't he?
Oh, I'm really sorry. Listen, should we get some black coffee down him or something?
No, it's all right. Just let him sleep it off. Hey, come on, sit down a minute. Nice shirt.
Oh, wow. It's all me mates wound me up. Look at the state of me.
You don't look drunk at all.
Oh, not for the ones that's trying, I can assure you.
You wanted to get drunk?
That's what people do, don't they, on the stag nights? Threw loads of ale down me neck, but nothing happened.
Are you all right? Do you want a coffee?
No, I'm fine. I suppose I'm just a bit scared, really.
Oh, about tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. And the rest of my life.
Owen. Look, love, you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Has it ever occurred to you that all this is a bit desperate on our Sammy's part?
On the rebound. From that Tim fella, you mean? Well, I have thought about it.
Oh, and I love her. And I don't want to make any mistake because she's still unhappy about him and she just needs somebody like you to anchor her down.
Hiya.
Oh, hiya.
I'm drunk.
Oh, I know. So what happened? You never heard of contraceptives?
Well, I thought she was on the...
You thought she was on the pill? Is that what she told you? Owen, is that what Sammy told you? Oh, she's trapped you. Oh, I don't think it was calculated. I don't even think it was entirely conscious, but all the same, love, that's what she's done. You're trapped.
I'm going to stand by her, Mrs. Rogers.
And give up college? Yeah, I know. Frank told me. Have you thought about what you're doing? Have you thought about what you'd be throwing away? And for what? For love?
I'm very fond of Sammy.
Fond? Owen, fond isn't going to help when you're stuck with a screaming baby. The bills are piling up. You hate your job, and all the time you'll be thinking how much better you could have done. You're going to need a lot more than fond. Listen, I'm going to say this to you, and I'm never going to mention it again. I want you to think very carefully about what you're doing here. Whatever you decide, I won't hold it against you. Look, it's what's best for both of you that's important. I've thought about that a lot recently, and I think it's a big mistake to go on sticking to something for honourable reasons when all the time it's destroying you inside. I know. Oh, believe me, I know. Owen, think about it.
Apologies all round coming up in Forgive or Forget after the break.
If you put the trestle table against that wall there for me, please. And hiya, the kitchen's through there. If there's anything you need, just shout me.
Okay.
Oh, Sammy, will you please come on? It's nearly past.
Mom, I can't find the hairspray.
It's in the carrier bag beside your bed.
Both stop shouting.
Well, you look a bit better than you did 10 minutes ago. The Alka-Seltzer's in the kitchen, and keep that fastened up, please. The caterers are in there as well.
Owen? It's past. Owen! Still flat out?
Must have been a hell of a night last night. dear son.
Wonder what Aaron's doing now.
Probably the same as us, I should think. Getting dressed. Oh, I wish he could see me now.
Oh, no, it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding.
No, I meant... Well, I was talking about Tim. I just wish he could see how happy I am.
Tim?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kate, I'm so lucky. You've no idea.
Oh, don't panic.
The car's here.
They will be any minute now.
What about the flowers?
Frank, anybody would think it was your wedding the way you're carrying on.
Nearly 19 years ago, eh?
Yep.
I was scared stiff. Sweating cobs all morning.
Did you have any second thoughts at all?
Me, no. I couldn't wait. Probably the happiest day of my life. And this is going to be a close second.
Don't you remember the paper chains?
What paper chains?
Frank, it was an awful day the day we got married. It was cold, it rained. It was a dump of a building. It was all brown municipal paint and paper chains. I wish you'd remember things honestly, I really do.
It's getting late, son.
Yeah.
Been up all night?
Yeah.
It's a big step. Look, lad, you know, if you're not 100% sure...
Is anybody ever 100% sure, Dad?
Well, if you put it like that.
And if they are, is it ever for 100% the right reasons?
It's a bit deep for me there, son. I'm just saying that your mum and me, well, whatever happens, we're with you all the way. I mean, your mum's in a bit of a tiz, but she doesn't like upsetting people. She'd come round. Anyway, you got half an hour before the... She wants to know if you want a cup of tea. Give her a shout if you do, eh?
Sammy, are you sure about this? I mean, it's not just on the rebound.
Mum, I want to be married.
Sammy, that's not what I asked you.
Mum, I want to make a life with Owen. I want a proper home and kids.
Sam, it's not too late to change your mind, you know, love. I mean, nobody would blame you.
Mum, stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I just wish I was certain about this.
Well, I am. So stop worrying, please.
I wish you all the luck in the world, then.
All right, Sin, how's it going, mate?
All right, mate. Couldn't be better,
Hey,
actually.
listen, are you still going out with that Marcy one or what?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Oh, great. Made up for you, mate. Made up. Never thought that'd work out. Glad someone's got an uncomplicated love life. Not that I'd fuss about a few complications myself. Mind you, I haven't got anything going on in that line, do you know what I mean? Eh? Not even a sniff. And it's not going to get any easier either. I mean, who's going to fancy a 40-year-old, you know, with a dodgy wisdom tooth, an athlete's foot?
Hey, who's going to fancy a little fat fella when there's a 28-year-old, 6'2", handsome hung grounder all the time?
Oh, aye. So there are complications, then?
Yeah, just the one, and he's very big.
Dad?
Sam.
So where is she now, then?
Oh, Marcia? She's round at Mix this week because she's looking after the kids. They haven't been too well, you know.
Right. Well, I've worked it out. This is what you do, right? Go in there and get a load of fancy sarnies off Ron, right? Nice bit of fruit, you know, grapes, stuff like that. Bottle of wine, then you nip round and surprise her.
Oh, man, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. She might be slimming or washing her hair or something. I don't know.
Well, so what? Listen, they love it, don't they? Impulsive gestures, you know, taking the initiative. Hey, and get her some flowers and all. You see, that's what I never did with Jackie. Didn't even get her flowers to shut her up. Wish we'd have it all back, though, you know. Those days.
Hey, does Dicko sell wine?
Bet you won't even remember, you know.
Who?
Jackie. Me 40th.
Oh.
Yeah, bet you won't even get me a poxy birthday card. Why should she? Hey, forget the wine. Get a champagne. Do it, and do it now. Because in this life, you don't get second chances. See you, mate.
See ya.
Where's Owen? Is he inside yet? No, he isn't here yet.
He's not here.
Not yet.
Where the hell is he? He's supposed to be here before us.
Well, don't panic. He'll be here. Hiya.
There's something to do with you.
Frank, you're hurting my arm.
I seen you talking to him last night. I wasn't that drunk, you know. What did you say to him?
Nothing he wasn't already thinking.
If you ruin my daughter's wedding day, I'll never forgive you.
And what about the rest of her life? That's what I'm worried about.
Mum, my hair's coming out of the back. Will you come and sort it, please? Look, will you two stop worrying? He'll be here. Slowly. Oh.
Shall I ring his house or what?
Just give it 10 more minutes.
Dad, will you calm down, please? If there's any problem, he'll ring us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, love, yeah. What the hell did you say to him?
You'll never win anything if you do it like that. You used to work here, didn't you?
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember. What happened? Give you the push, did he?
Something like that, yeah?
Yeah, you want to watch him. I've been keeping out of his ladies.
Yeah. Thought I hadn't seen you around.
Why? Were you looking for me?
No, just remembered your face, that's all.
No, I've been busy. Anyway, he doesn't like us hanging around too much.
What you mean, us? You mean you personally, like?
Give me 10p's.
Hiya.
What happened?
Bit of a hangover, sorry.
Oh, I knew you'd come.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know that CD player you offered me? Can you get any more like that?
Why?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one, like. Look, good stuff. Where'd you get it from again?
Nowhere. Why?
Just interested.
You still working for him or what?
No, not anymore.
So what are you asking all these questions for then?
Just having a conversation, aren't I?
Ah, I see. You want to talk to me, is that it? Yeah, anytime. I'll see you around.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, hold on. Hey, what's your name? I don't know you.
I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Owen George,
to witness that I, Owen George,
do take thee, Samantha Louise, to be my lawful wedded wife,
do take thee, Samantha Louise,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Samantha, will you say after me? I call upon these persons here present.
I call upon these persons here present.
To witness that I, Samantha Louise.
To witness that I, Samantha Louise.
Do take thee, Owen George, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Do take thee, Owen George, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Well, having fulfilled all the necessary legal requirements, I now pronounce you man and wife. Many congratulations to you both. You may now kiss the bride.
This is brilliant. I was starving. Grapes?
Well, I thought, there she is. Poor little Cinder, stuck at home looking after other people's kids while everyone else is having a ball.
You know, you're in serious danger of being quite nice.
And I thought, high time a handsome prince came along and rescued her. Oh, don't tell me. You prefer little fat frogs?
There's a lot to be said for little fat frogs.
I don't know what. When did your little fat frog ever bring you smoked salmon and grapes, huh?
Cheese!
Right, let's go.
I love you.
Righty, all girls, catch. Woo!
Come on.
Oh, come in, come in. Look what just jumped out of the fish pond.
Isn't this brilliant? Ellis decided I needed cheering up. Come and join us.
No thanks. I've got some things to do.
What's in the bag?
None of your business.
Been shopping, have we? Is that champagne?
No, it isn't.
Let's have a look.
Hey!
So this is what the average window cleaner puts in his weekly shopping basket, is it? A bottle of Moët Chandon.
Just give us it back.
Give it back, Ellis.
Some nice little salad sandwiches. Ah, a spot of brie is that, nesting in amongst the lettuce leaves. Oh, and some very decadent-looking grapes. Well, I'm obviously in the wrong line of business.
Very funny.
Well, obviously. I mean, if that's your dinner,
No, it's not me normal dinner. I brought this around for me and Marcia. Well, I'm sorry it's not up to scratch. Sorry there's no smoked salmon. It was the best I could do.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I think I may have injured his fat little froggy pride now.
Sometimes, Ellis, you're a right pain in the backside. Are you going to talk to me? Or have I got to give up and go back inside?
You do whatever you want.
No, what do you want, Sinbad?
Me? Oh, don't ask me. You better hurry back in, hadn't you? He's going to be missing you. And with his cheap cracks and expensive presents.
How many times do I have to tell you? It was over years ago between Ellis and me.
Oh, well, it doesn't look very over to me.
Oh, it's a lovely cake, isn't it? It's the image of our own.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, do you want me antinomial? Could Jack bought our Sammy for a wedding present?
Don't you dare.
No, what was it?
I am Mick. How are you? All right? Do you want another drink?
A liquidizer. That's right, isn't it, Sam?
I'm going to kill you after.
I think it was a liquidizer anyway.
You know Ellis, he's winding you up.
And what are you doing, eh?
I'm waiting for you to get your acting gear.
I tried. Look what happened.
Yeah, you lay down and let him walk all over you. If you want me, you have to put up a better fight than that. Thanks for the picnic. It's a lovely idea.
It's ruined now, isn't it? What do you mean, a better fight?
I need to know whether you're what I think you are, or whether underneath you're just the same as all the rest.
Sammy.
Come here, love. Come here. Everyone. Family and friends. Now, no long speeches, honest.
How much have you had to drink?
I just want to say a few brief words. First of all, about my daughter here, who's made me a very proud man today. And not just today. She's made me a proud man the last 18 years. And I want to thank her for every one of those years. And to Owen here, just to say to him that if she brings him as much happiness as she's given Chrissy and me, then he's a very, very lucky man.
Oh, you're a big softy.
Occasions like this, well, they're all about family, aren't they? This is a new chapter in the life of the Rogers family. At the heart of every successful family, there is one person who holds the whole thing together. There's one in every family, isn't there? Where is she? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to raise your glasses once again to my wife, Chrissy.
To Chrissy.
Where are you, love? You're missing her. We're toasting you.
She's in the kitchen, Frank.
Yeah, I think she's just nipped upstairs.
Must be something.
You promised me.
I know, love, I'm sorry.
You promised me. Oh, darling, please, I won't let you.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, love, I've got no choice. I can't take the lies anymore, Katie. If I don't get out, I know something's going to crack.
I want to come with you.
Oh, Katie, you can't. I've got no money, I've got nowhere to live.
I don't care.
You do care, though. You hated it at Gina's, love. This is going to be 10 times worse. Look, as soon as I've got a job and somewhere halfway decent to live, I'll send for you, all right? And I'll ring you every day.
No.
Hey, what's going on?
Your mum's leaving.
Leaving? What do you mean, leaving?
Tell her not to go.
Mum?
Look, I won't spoil your wedding if I'll just slip out quietly. Nobody will notice.
Well, me dad will notice.
Dad! Sammy, no!
Dad!
I suppose she's right. She is right. Can't chicken out of this one. Oh, look, love, I know this is making you unhappy. I really am sorry, but sometimes you just don't have a choice.
What's going on up here?
Sammy, would you go downstairs and look after your guests, please? For me, please. Come here. You be happy, right? And I'll be in touch. Look, don't cry, hey? People will notice. Go on, everyone will be wondering where you are. Hey, I'll only be a phone call away. Go on, your party's going to fall apart.
What is this?
Would you give your dad and I 5 minutes together, please?
I'll be outside.
What's going on?
I think that's perfectly obvious, don't you?
In the middle of your own daughter's wedding.
New beginnings, Frank. That was a very touching speech. I don't know how you can go on telling yourself such massive lies and still believe in them.
What lies?
Look, love, we've had 18 good years together. We've brought up 3 incredible kids. We've got a lot to be proud of and a lot of good memories, but things change. I don't respect you anymore. I don't respect your values or your opinions, and worst of all, I don't respect myself. All I've done for months now is dither and compromise and sell myself short. So I think we should be tough enough to recognise when it's over. Don't you? Just be proud of what we had. And no recriminations, okay?
So, you're just walking out on us. We're just like that.
I can't live here anymore. I can't live with a man who won't face up to the truth of what happened here today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Well, you got what you wanted, didn't you? White wedding. An almost exact carbon copy of what happened to us. Well, it won't last as long. I'll be proved right in the end. I'll give it 3 years. You're going to kiss me goodbye, Frank?
Kiss you? Kiss you? I should take me belt you. That's what I should do.
Right. Well, I think that's everything.
Chris.
Are you going to try stopping me, Frank? Bye, Frank.
Do something special. Give us some cake or something.
Come on, give us some.
Come on.
Don't like cake.
A mother wants to apologise to her daughter for a neglectful childhood next, and a woman demands an apology from her twin sister as she stole her husband in Forgive or Forget.
Dad.
What? Best thing out, this.
Dad, what's all that food for?
Oh, hello, it's woken up, has it? It's for the shop, actually, to sell. You know, lunchtimes. Comprehendi?
You should see what he just drank, Mum. Grouse or what?
What are you talking about? Honey, lemon, sugar, raw egg. Best thing going for the cold.
Yeah, and you haven't got a coat.
Exactly. I rest my case.
So why is there all special? Oh, yeah, I might have thought it'd be one of my granddad's patent remedies.
Yeah, I think I might be getting a cold, actually. It's dead dry in my throat.
Dad, where is my granddad? Yeah, I haven't seen him for ages.
Well, your dad and your granddad had a falling out, that's all.
Yeah, so what's new? Hey, you.
You don't think I was a bit too hard on him, do you, Dee? I mean, he doesn't normally stay away this long, does he?
Oh, Cyril will be back. He always is. Michael, how many times?
Hang on, you. Hang on. Family concern, remember? Wrap up.
Oh, Dad, I would, but sorry, I don't want to be late for school.
Since when, like?
Since there was a bit of work to do.
Sorry, Dad, but I'll have to shoot off as well.
Oh, God, surprise, surprise.
Hang on. It's a bit sudden, isn't all this interest in getting to the poly early?
Well, I'm only trying to get stuck in, like you said. I've got this 800-word assignment to do on the history of radio. Dead interesting.
I bet you.
Hey, Dad, I bet you didn't know it's 69 years this week since they broadcast the first ever BBC News. Interesting, that, eh?
Go away. Tell you what, I know it's going to be news the day somebody helps me out round here.
Oh, yeah, what about me? I did all the buses last week for the shop.
Just a couple more, eh, love? Well, look, Jack, I mean, I can't flog buses I haven't got, can I? And if I'm going to build up this lunchtime butty trade, I'm going to need a choice of fillings.
Yeah, just make me stomach chair messing around with food this hour in the morning.
Oh, does it? But you're not adverse to 3 square meals a day, though, are you? And if I'm going to make enough to provide them, then we've all got to do our little bit towards the shop, haven't we?
Katie, love. Didn't you hear me calling you? You've still got time for one of my bacon butties if you get up now. Come on, love. You should get something proper inside you before you go to school.
Don't make me go, Dad. Please don't make me go.
What? To school? Why not?
Go on. I'll finish these. Get your mother to give me a hand.
Oh, no, I would if I could, but I can't. Not this morning. I'm going to work.
How come on a Monday? I thought you only did part-time Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays.
No, they need me.
I need you.
Well, only be half an hour. I've got to show you girl the ropes. She had to step in before training's finished. One of our demonstrators is ill, you know.
How is she now? And I'm only coming down with double pneumonia, like.
2 minutes ago, you were getting a cold, and now, according to you, you're as fit as a fiddle, thanks to your dad's patent concoction.
Hey, listen, colds, flu, executive stress, it's all the same thing, innit? I don't know. My missus still prefers the bright lights of the high street store and the excitement of demonstrating some electrical nose air removers to helping her husband build up his lowly shop.
You sound like something off Meadowcroft Park, and I do help in the shop when I'm not demoing. And then there's the house, the shopping, the cooking, the washing.
Well, like I say, lighten the load. Pack up the stupid demoing and come and work full-time in the shop. I mean, you're only earning buttons anyway, aren't you?
Right, for the umpteenth time, it's my job and they're my buttons, and it's not just a case of money. I like having a bit of independence.
Who'd have thought it, eh? Beneath that caring exterior beats a heart of pure donkey stone.
Ron, I am not giving up my job.
Look, Dee, I do need you now, love, honest. I can't manage on my own anymore. I spend half the day sitting there with my legs crossed because I can't leave the counter for 2 minutes to go for a pee. Everything we've got is tied up in that shop, Dee. The Moby's lying idle, so there's nothing coming in off that, is there? I mean, I've got to make a go of it.
I help when I can.
Yeah, but I need you when I need you, love. Like this morning, I promised a woman that I'm going to bring it in a musical 21st birthday card right from the wholesalers when I go. Now, she's the type of customer I want to build up, Dee. Otherwise, you finish it with kids taking 2 hours to spend 10p.
I'll only be half an hour and I'll come straight back, take over, and then you can go down the cash and carry, all right?
Yeah, but I don't want to let her down, Dee. You know what I mean, don't you? I mean, if I treat her right, she could become a regular. And if she puts the word round that Ron Dixon looks after his customers, well, who knows?
Ron, I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, I promised her I'd have it there for her the latest this morning, so don't let me down, eh, love?
Ron, I said I'll be there. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
It's not like you not to want to go to school.
They'll all be asking, won't they? About the wedding and that.
Well, tell them. Tell them about how nice our Sammy looked. About them getting off to Spain for the honeymoon and that.
They're going to find out, though, aren't they? But the rest of it. Got my mum walking out on our Sammy's wedding day.
No one in school will know about that.
Don't know she's not at a job, though. No one will know why.
Just say you don't want to talk about it, that's all.
But you don't know what they're like. They're all dead nosy. They all want to know why. Why she went. I don't even really know why myself. You said she could go to teacher's training college like she wanted. You said you wouldn't stop her. So what did she have to go for?
Your mum, love. She wanted more than that. She wanted a different life.
But you said she could have one.
Yeah, but she wanted to change everything. Even me. And I'm just the way I am.
Oh, but you're dead nice. Everybody always says what a dead nice dad I've got.
You're not so bad yourself, you know. Mind you, you'd be a lot nicer with one of my bacon butties inside you. Put a little bit of colour into those cheeks.
You're going to make me go to school?
Only because if I don't, love. It's going to be a lot harder for you to go tomorrow. People will ask about your mum. They're going to be asking me. Ask Sammy when she gets back off honeymoon. I'm going to have to try and get down to say hi to Jeff and tell him what's happened. But there's nothing we can't cope with together. So, you get yourself up, get yourself dressed, and I'll walk you to school if you want.
Will ya?
Frank Rogers, Escort service. At your disposal, madam. If you'd ever get your bum out of that bed.
It's no bother if you want some scrambled egg, you know. Oh, no, Tar. Well, I'm making some for Rod.
Oh, not for me either, thanks. Gotta get off.
Oh, this early?
Yeah, something I want to check out before the clock on at the station, you know.
Well, did you say a good policeman's never off duty?
Maybe they're right, but I didn't say this was police business, did I?
True. So, what sort of business is it then?
Yeah, how about none of yours? I'll see you tonight, all right?
Are you not going to wait for Tomo?
He can make his own way. Tell him I'll meet him at the station.
OK. Well, I wish you'd have something to eat. Yeah, why don't you have one of these like Mickey?
No, I'm honest. I've got to get off, Diana. Anyway, can't eat that.
Why not? I thought you liked it.
Well, look what it says. Eat before November the 1st.
Oh, you know what? I noticed that last week and could have sworn I'd thrown it away.
Yeah, I'll probably grab something before the clock on. All right, ta-ra.
OK, I'll see ya. Draw.
Ta-ra.
Close. But you don't honestly think you're going to get away with it forever, do you?
God, you make it sound like some crime or something. It's no sin, you know, not being able to read or write.
So tell him. I mean, the fella you're married to does have a right to know these things.
He doesn't need to know. I've managed to keep it a secret from everyone else, all me mates and everyone at work.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be in love with Rod.
I do love him and he loves me, and don't be going saying anything different.
All right, so if you're so much in love with each other, then what difference is Rod knowing you can't read or write gonna make?
I don't know. I just know I can't tell him, that's all.
I thought I cleared all this up. The wind must be blowing it around.
I hope it's warmer than this for our Sammy in Spain.
I could run you to school in the car if you want, you know.
No, we'll walk. It'll take longer.
Katie, you're gonna have to face up to it, you know. Listen, your mum leaving is nothing for you to be ashamed of.
I know that. It's just it'll keep your mind and over having to talk about it all the time.
But we'll have to keep your mind off it, won't we? Like I was thinking, why don't we sort out a bedroom for when the happy couple get back?
Won't Sammy and I want to do that together? Themselves, I mean.
Oh, I suppose so. Hadn't thought of that. I tell you what, you go to pictures, eh? You go and see that Dances with Wolves.
Dad, it's ancient better from stages now.
Confetti, I noticed it when I brought the milk in. Must have blown across.
You can't enter for Housewife of the Year until after you're married.
Oh, they mustn't have been able to throw any at Sammy at the registry office.
Well, that's what she gets for having to have a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, I'm glad me and Rod didn't have to get married in a hurry. I mean, I would have if we'd have had to. But I bet you Sammy would have liked a proper wedding.
Do you think it's a waste of time not to mention money? I mean, wouldn't you rather spend your money on a dead good car or even a brilliant holiday?
Oh, no. I'm looking forward to all the trimmings. I want me and Rod to have a big white wedding.
To go with the great big white lie.
No, love, I can't split it. So, hey, leave them alone. So listen, it's the lot. Do you want them or not?
I don't know. What do you think? It's up to you.
Right, that's it. Come on. If you're not buying anything, out the lot of you. Come on. Waste the pizza. Hey, you. Hey, hey!
Lead in nose will be shot now, won't he, mate?
Yeah, well, he'll be in good company then, won't he? I haven't got much lead in my own pencil right this minute.
Listen, you want to keep an eye on them, you know.
I want to keep it. I should be saying that to you, shouldn't I, Jim? I mean, you're the caretaker.
Well, I am, aren't I? And I am vigilant at all times.
Yeah, but you need to be, don't you? With this lot being next to a school full of tea leaves.
Bonnie, mate, I am doing my best with this caretaking work. But as I understood it from Barry Grant, my duties also include looking after all the empty shops and all.
And as I understood it from Moneybags Grant, that these units weren't going to be empty that long. Don't suppose he said anything to you, has he, about any other tenants coming in?
No, not to me. Suppose you could do with something to attract a bit more trade, couldn't you?
A lot more, you mean, Jim. I'm hardly making what I did in the Moby. And then I didn't have the national debt to pay off like I do in here.
So aren't you getting the Moby out and all then?
I want to do it for me, have I? Not since my old fellow decided to go off on one of his Marco Polo jaunts.
Well, why don't you get Dee Dee to do the shop, and then you can get out on the wagon, can you?
Dee Dee is too busy doing her demonstrate. Actually, she should have been here now while I nip down the wholesalers. Oh, no.
What?
Only an ex-customer by the looks of things. Thanks to Dee Dee.
You're late already, you know. Do you want me to go in and explain to the teacher why you're a bit late?
It's Mrs. Flint's registration. She doesn't shout again.
So you'll be all right then?
She might change her mind, you know.
Your mum?
Well, she did it last time. She could come back this time as well.
I don't think so, love. Not this time.
Don't you want her to?
To be honest, not if it's going to be like it's been the last few months.
But you'll miss her though, won't you?
I won't miss feeling like I was wrong all the time. Feeling like I was some kind of jailer or something, keeping her locked up.
You mean stopping her doing what she wanted?
She made me feel like that's what I was doing. And in the end, I suppose I was. But I was just trying to keep us all together. But people have to want to stay together. And when it came to it...
My mum didn't.
You better be getting in, eh?
Will you be there when I get home from school?
Of course I will. Of course I will. I'll always be there for you. You know that, don't you? We're still a family, you know. We're gonna need to be, aren't we? Eh? Well, with the new baby on the way, and we're gonna have to stick together.
Will you be all right? I mean, I know you'll have Sammy now, and what about when my mum gets settled and sends for me to live with her?
We'll worry about that when the time comes, eh? Now, you better get in, or you'll have Mrs. Flint shouting at you.
I'll come straight home. You will be there, won't you?
I'm going nowhere, love.
Not having much luck myself, you know.
It's not just luck, though, is it? It's skill as well.
Well, whatever it is, haven't got much of it.
We'll try that one, then.
I'm jacking in.
Suit yourself.
Fancy a drink?
Nah, I'm just gonna go down the new arcade, see what's happening.
Shut when I came past. When you have a drink or something?
I'm not thirsty, though, am I?
Just thought you might want a Coke, you know.
After some company, then, are you?
Please yourself.
Go ahead, then. You can buy us a Coke.
All right.
Oh, hi. Sorry I'm late.
Too late, I'd say.
So I said I'm sorry.
She's been and gone, you know. The woman who I promised a birthday card to.
So you missed out on selling a birthday card.
It's not just a question of a card, is it, Dee? Customers remember, you know, if you put yourself out over little things like that. Now, the only word of mouth she'd be putting round is that I let her down.
Would it help if I went out and came back in again in my sackcloth and ashes?
It would help if you began to realise that if this place goes down, we all go down with it.
What's that?
Discount Disprin. It's about the only advantage I can see to owning this place. I'm not well, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm here now, all right.
I think that's about it. Right?
Oh, yes, spot on. I'm sorry about being late.
Dee, would you just give up the demoing, please? I need you here now.
No, and anyway, I am here now.
Yeah, well, tough, because your intermittent services are no longer required.
You are? You mean you don't need me after I've trailed all the way back from town?
This was supposed to be a family concern, remember? Only I'm the only beggar who seems to be concerned about it. And in my state of health as well. I need someone reliable here, you know, Dee. And you're not. So I'm going to get someone who is.
You're telling me I'm sacked?
You can stay until the position's filled. If you want.
All right? It's me. Your old dad. How are you, son?
I'm all right.
Great. Hey, you're looking great. You haven't half shot up, haven't you? Still. Long time no see, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been meaning to get in touch with you, other than that, like, but... Well, you know how it is, eh? I wanted to see you and that, like, but... Well, your mum thought... Time passes so quick, doesn't it? Hey, listen. The old fella's 40 on Wednesday, you know.
I know. I mean, I remember the date and that. Your birthday.
Do you? Hey, well, listen, do us a favour, eh? Remind your man. I mean, you never know. She might bring me a bottle of champers, eh? Hey, did you know it worked, do you? I mean, did you?
No, I was just passing.
Oh, right. Hey, now we've got to know each other. Maybe we could, go for a drink or something.
Ah, no, thanks.
A birthday bevy on Wednesday, eh?
I don't drink, do I?
All right. More sense than your old dad, eh? Hey, tell you what, I'll stand you a 9 brew.
Look, you ain't around to stand mating, and then my birthday's were you? Not that that's 10 anyway.
Yeah, but your mum and me had split up, hadn't we?
Yeah, and that was the best thing that ever happened to her, or me.
But it was all a long time ago, son.
Right, but some things you never forget. You know what I mean, Dad?
Thought you were on your day off. Well, I am, but I thought I'd nip into town. Smiths have got some lovely little cake boxes. You know what you send your wedding cake out in? Don't you do that after the wedding? Yeah, but I thought it'd be easier. You never got them before, so Rod can address them the same time as the invitations. You know what it's like. If you don't get these things when you see them, they're all sold out when you go back. Oh, yeah. Happens to me all the time. Well, there's nothing wrong with being organised well in advance. Not thinking that far ahead, though, are you? How do you mean? Well, I was thinking before, right, about you not telling Rod about reading and writing. Well, have you thought about when you'd have kids? I know you both want them. You might be able to fool him, but you're not going to be able to fool them. I hadn't thought of that. I'm right, though, aren't I? So why don't you just tell him? Oh, he'll think I'm stupid. So wait 5 years and let him think that you're a terrible mother who can't be bothered to help her kids read and write. Well, I know what I'd do. And if he knew, well, you could learn. Get one of those adult literacy thingies. Oh, I don't know. Diana, he's a copper. And what do coppers admire more than anything in the world? Honesty, right?
You going out?
I am, and I may be some time.
Hey, well, don't be pushing your luck and staying too long down the wholesalers. Not if I'm only filling in until you get another assistant.
I happen to be going to see Ken the chemist to get him to make me a bottle up before whatever I'm coming down with moves onto me chest. Could be something chronic, you know. Oh, I'm talking about something chronic. What are you doing here this time of the day? I thought you had an 800-word composition to do.
Assignments, and I'm doing it. I just want to put this upstairs first.
Hey, hang on. Let's have a look. Just the same keyboard. Haven't you give it back yet?
What to you?
The lad, you borrowed it off.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said I could keep it as long as I wanted.
It must be some mate. It looks dead expensive, that.
Well, he trusts me, doesn't he?
Yeah, he must do. Looks as though he's hardly had it out the box.
It's in good nick doesn't mean to say it's brand new, does it?
So it can work, then?
Hey?
Well, looking at that keyboard, somebody somewhere's managed to teach their kids how to look after their property.
Yeah?
So don't you ever get done then? Bunking off school, aren't you?
So what are you? Undercover truth officer or something?
What, me? Don't look official, do I?
Nah, me man backs me up. Tells them I was sick or something.
Just get dead bored, though. Hanging around this dump all day.
Keep busy, don't I?
What, feeding all your cash into these arcade machines? Shouldn't think that'd take too long, eh?
Depends how much you got to feed in, doesn't it?
I'm buying you the coke.
It's the way it works, isn't it?
How do you mean, like? plenty of demand for cheap CD players, eh?
Not all after CDs, are they? Is that what you're after?
Don't know what else is on the menu, do I?
Anything you want?
Yeah, well, I'll have to think about it, you know.
Take your time.
You're off down the other arcade, are you?
Yeah, I might as well. See what I can pick up. Yeah, well, you know where to find me.
Yeah, well, who do you ask for, then, if you're not around? I mean, I don't know your name or nothing, do I?
Look, I'll be around, won't I?
It'd be better if we had a proper arrangement, though, wouldn't it? You know, in case we miss each other. I mean, I could meet you in here, say, tomorrow.
No, I can't. Not tomorrow.
All right, then, day after, then, Wednesday. Wednesday in here. I'll have decided what I want by then. Wednesday in here, then, eh?
Yeah, if you want.
Time to make amends next on Living with Forgive or Forget.
It's about time he showed his face, and I haven't seen him for a week. Teddy!
Oh, God!
Teddy!
Leave me alone. Why don't you leave me alone?
Well, at least he hasn't topped himself. Just behaving like...
Just behaving like what? Just behaving like a fella who's killed his wife and kid? Because that's what you still believe, isn't it, Fran?
Barry is your mate. I know it's hard for you to admit it could have been Terry.
Because it wasn't, Fran, that's why.
How is it you can be surer than Terry is himself that he didn't do it?
All right. So we can't remember where he was that day. And his head's still done him because of his wife and his kid. But he'll remember where he was sooner or later. And then he'll know he didn't do it. Like I know. And like the busies know.
I suppose the police wouldn't have charged Graham if they hadn't been certain. It's just
it's too obvious to be Graham, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is that. I don't know why. I know there's masses of evidence that Graham did it. I just keep coming back to, well, he wasn't the type.
And I know Teddy wasn't.
Female intuition, eh? It's led me up more garden paths. About time I stopped believing in it, I suppose.
Well, as long as you do. Because Teddy doesn't need anyone around him who doesn't believe in him.
OK. Yeah, you're right. I'll stay.
As long as you're sure.
I'm sure. You've convinced me that Terry didn't do it.
Right, so all we've got to do now is convince Terry.
Look, if you feel rotten, why don't you get yourself back to bed? I mean, I've got to go to work this morning, but I can be back in time to bring up some dinner.
Dee, do your ears ever listen to what your mouth says or what?
Do you know what, Mum? I would never marry a man who spoke to me like that.
Yeah, well, you won't get old enough to get married, will you, if you don't drop that big wooden spoon you're staring with?
Look, a day in bed would clear all that.
Dee, I'm a shop owner. And until I find an assistant, I can't afford to take a day off in bed. And even if my chest is knocking at death's flaming door.
Oh, now I can see why you married him, Mum. It's with him being so noble, isn't it?
Morning. Where's
Right.
Diana?
She got the early bus with Nicky.
I said I'd give her a lift to work.
He probably wants to gossip on the way. You know, girls.
Yeah. Seems to have been doing a lot of that lately, those two.
I know, they have been a bit thick, haven't they? It seems to me like every time me or you walk in a room, they go all quiet. Must be some secret stuff about Diana's wedding dress or something.
Like she's trying to tell me something. She goes all quiet.
I'm telling you, women go dead funny over these weddings, you know. Must be all that glue they're sniffing off the invite envelopes.
Hey, do you know what? I've got to write out these little cake box things, you know, to send wedding cake out in.
I tell you what, mate, if it was me, she'd be doing them herself.
She thinks my handwriting's nicer than hers, though, doesn't she?
Oh, is that what she's marrying you for, you nice loopy L's?
Hey, don't fancy doing us a favour, do you?
If it's addressing poncy little cake boxes, forget it.
No, I just wondered if you'd come down the arcade with me today, you know, to meet that lad.
Not that again. You dragged me down there the other week for nothing.
I know. The kid said, implied that he could come up with whatever I wanted, right? And you know what that could mean?
Yeah, anything from a tube of Smarties to half a kilo of crack. But it's none of our business. If it's drugs, it'll surface.
Yeah, but what if it is that, right, and it doesn't?
Were you there during basic training? When he said hunches were for Quasimodo? We go where and when we're told. That way our backs are covered if anything happens.
Look, just come and meet him with me today. Go on.
I must be off my head. Do you realise how much trouble we could be in if any of this gets back and you find out we've been doing it off our own bat?
Said I'd meet him down the arcade.
Can't wait.
Nice one, lad.
Hey, how come? 1 minute, I'm acting like some big, soft lad, nervous about ordering his first pint. And then the next, they're calling time on me.
I think you got under half a chew left in you yet, Jim.
It's just about all I have got. Do you know what I got for my birthday? Just about sums it up, I'm telling you.
Oh, aye, what was that?
Nothing. Sum total of 40 years on the planet Earth, nothing.
Yeah, well, keep being cheerful, mate. You'll last another 40. Oh, and many happy returns.
Thanks.
Hang on a second, love. I'll give you a hand with that.
You'd help me a damn sight more by having a ramp here.
Hey?
Well, it is your shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Haven't you got kids? Doesn't it ever occur to people like you what hard work it is?
No, love, it's not me. It's the developers.
Oh, forget it. I'll go and spend my money where they care about their customers.
Be all right. Don't worry, it's only Fran down here. Come on.
Hello, Terry.
I want to go back to bed. Hey, no, you don't. You're stopping down here. Fran's going to make you something to drink now, aren't you, Fran? I want to go back. Let me go back. Hey, look, you need something to eat. Something inside you. Come on. It's all right when I'm asleep. I don't know when I'm asleep. I don't know what's there. What don't you know? Sue, Danny. I can't sort this out. I don't know what happened. I'm going mad, aren't I? God, you really know how to pick them, don't you? Can't even tell the time, this lad.
Didn't say a time. It was about now when I came in here with him on Monday, though.
What is it about this lad? I mean, I don't understand why you're risking yourself getting into trouble about something you might not even be doing.
Look, I know he's up to something.
Oh, so are half of them round this neck of the woods. What's so special about him?
It's just something, I don't know, weird about him.
He could be using, maybe that's it.
No, I know that, look. This kid's dead around the eyes. And it's not something he's on. I want you to see what you think when he shows.
If he shows.
And he just says happy birthday. You're not trying to read anything else into him.
Oh, hey. It's dead nice here, that, Jax is.
I am nice. At least I was before I married you.
Hey, now, come on. Don't start spoiling. It made me day, this. Nobody else remembered me but you.
Yeah, well, couldn't resist reminding you did the big 4-0.
Not that I've got a lot to show for it, like, apart from the odd grey hair.
Oh, no, don't go all maudlin on me. I had enough of that when Ken turned 40. Talk about the incredible sulk.
Oh, yeah. And how is he, then, Ken? Still living in, or what? You and him still playing house? But he's still as boring as ever, isn't he?
Wouldn't know. Haven't seen him for a while.
Oh, yeah. So, did our Jimmy tell you he'd see me then?
You said you were working here.
Yeah, caretaker. Anything else? I mean, you know, is anything else about me or what?
Look, don't go building your hopes up about winning our little Jimmy back over. Got more chance with me than you've got with him. Not that I'm saying it to be any walkover with me.
No, I understand that.
For our little Jimmy, forget it.
I don't know. He's a funny lad, isn't he?
Comes of having a funny dad.
No, I know, but... I don't know. We used to get on dead great, him and me. You know, when he was really little.
Well, he'd have had a job getting on with you after you'd left, wouldn't he? And before you ask me again, no. I never did discover why he shut you out all of a sudden. I do know I was left to cope with him.
Well, didn't it come out the other day? You know, after him seeing me and that.
I was just a kid at the time. Who knows what his reasons were? Maybe he saw something I didn't.
How do you mean?
Well, maybe he realised before I did, little as he was, that sooner or later you'd beggar off and leave us to us.
I wish I hadn't. They say life begins at 40, don't they? I mean, if there was a chance, I could begin again.
Some catch you, make. A 40-year-old caretaker still drawing the dough.
Yeah, well, still got all my own teeth, haven't I? Finished paying for them last week.
Yeah, well. You ever come up with a bit more to offer? Like a proper job for a start. Meanwhile, don't ring us.
But if I do, I will, you know. I mean, like, if I get myself sorted with a decent job and that.
Might be worth a try. But knowing you, I'll not hold my breath.
Terry, you better start talking to me, because I'm not leaving until you do, you know.
Terry, it's only packet soup. There wasn't anything else.
Get it down, you say. You need something inside you. Look, I'll stay here for as long as it takes, you know. A couple of hours if need be.
Do you think we should call a doctor?
Is that what you want, Terry? Do you want me to call the doctor out so he'll knock you out? Because if it is, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to let you lock yourself away in here.
Makes no odds, does it?
It makes odds to me. Why are you doing this? Why are you torturing yourself? It's because you still think you did it, isn't it?
I don't know. How can I know if I can't remember?
But you must know, Terry, because the busies have already got someone for it.
Barry's right, Terry. You've got to stop torturing yourself about something you didn't have any hand in.
They've got the evidence, haven't they? The man's a freak.
I couldn't believe it at first either, that it could have been Graham. I mean, he's always seemed more inadequate than anything else. But when you think about it, they're the kind of men who do these sort of things, aren't they? Mr. Nobodies, pathetic little men who get obsessive.
Yeah. And that description doesn't fit you, does it, sir?
And I'm no shrink, but don't you think you might be trying to punish yourself for being mad at Sue the day she and little Danny died?
Yeah, just think, if you hadn't argued with Sue that day, you wouldn't be punishing yourself now, would you?
But even if I didn't do it...
It's time to stop the ifs and the buts, sir. You didn't do it.
Where does it leave me, if I didn't do it? I still don't know what to do with the rest of my life, do I?
Well, you're never going to know until you start living it, are you?
Look, I hadn't known Sue long, but I do know she wouldn't have wanted this for you, Terry. Sue knew that she'd made mistakes. She nearly messed things up for good between you and her when she had Danny. But she loved you, Terry, and she was a trier. And if you want me to be really honest, I think she'd despise you for giving up like this.
No. No, she would.
Time to get going, then, sir.
You could start with a bath and a shave. Have you got something clean you can put on?
Somewhere, probably.
Right. You run the bath and I'll route you out something to wear.
I know another fresh start you want to make, sir. Want to get rid of this house.
Do you mean move? Sell up?
I'll help you there, put it on the market. Thanks, pal. Too many memories here, sir.
The only machine you win on every time, eh? Sorry, lad. Thought you somebody else.
Better get that back in the flat before he sees.
Why? I'm only looking at you.
You know what all Mike's like about us invading his privacy. Oh, and I'll have a couple of these as well for Jackie and me. She's nipping home at lunchtime so I can go to the dentist with her.
Hey, what is the point of me making butties at home to bring to the shop if you're going to take them all the way back home again?
Well, I can go and buy some down the baker's if you want.
Nah, go on, you might as well have them.
Oh, look. Do you want me to fit in this afternoon? I'm only going with Jackie because you know what she's like down the dentist. She can go by herself if you want to call it a day.
No, you're all right. I've started, so I'll finish. Off you go.
And if you're sure you can manage.
Oh, I think I can cope with this, Russ, yeah.
Well, here we are. A paying customer for you.
Oh, allow me, madam.
Thank you.
All right, Ronaldo.
Sheriff Corkill, what can I do you for?
A couple of batteries for this run, you know, if you've got 'em, mate.
No problemo, senor. No problemo. Looks like somebody's already given you a couple, eh? Bit more sparky than you were this morning.
Ah, well, touch of the old philosophicals, know what I mean? Birthday blues and all that, Ronnie.
Only too well, James, only too well.
But that takes more than a couple of the RHP2s to run, doesn't it, eh?
Yeah, actually, I just brought it down from upstairs to have a look at it.
All right. Your mate, is it?
Nah, I borrowed it off a mate of his.
Must be good-hearted.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Got to be worth at least £1,000, that, mate.
£1,000?
Oh, well, yeah, easy.
Oh, listen, I just thought I could nip out and do some shopping for him, get him some decent food in.
Hey, before you do that, you wouldn't mind staying with him for half an hour, would you?
Yeah, but...
Well, is it possible, tenants? I've got to see at the shops.
Yeah, well, don't be long, will you? I mean, I'm not sure I'm the one to handle him if he gets himself in a state again.
Terry's all right now. We've got to do some. Listen, I wouldn't go only... Well, if I don't like him, I'm going to lose this fella, and you know I've got to get the shops filled.
It really got to you, didn't it? Terry thinking he was the one. I mean, at one point, I thought you might confess to having done it yourself rather than have him thinking he had.
What sort of stupid thing's that to say, eh?
Well, you know what I mean. It's just you couldn't rest till he was convinced.
Yeah, well, Terry's my best mate, isn't he? Anyway, I've got to go.
Hey, you sure that those things cost that much?
What? Well, the band in the box? All right, yeah. Listen, it'd be cheaper to hire the Liverpool Philharmonic. Hey, and I'll tell you something, though. If your mate is keeping that upstairs in the flat, you know, for his band practices and that, he wants to make sure that his mate's insurance covers it being there.
I never thought about that. Mind you, Jim, if it did happen to walk, there'd only be one or two of us who knew it was up there, wouldn't it?
Hey, behave. I am strictly on the side of law and order these days, I'm telling you. I mean, go on, tell me. What's gone missing since I've been caretaking the shops, eh?
All right. I wasn't accusing.
Yes, you were. Not that I can blame you, though, given my past catalogue of petty crime. The RC, look, I'm being dead honest with you now, aren't I, eh? And I'm telling you, I am going straight as a die from now on.
Oh, aye.
Yeah. Well, if you're as bad at being bent as I was, you might as well go straight, mightn't you?
Suppose you might have a point there, Jimmy, yeah.
Do you know, the trouble is, Ron, getting people to believe you. You know, getting them to give you the chance to make a decent bob, like.
Yeah, but Barry Grant gave you the chance, didn't he?
Not much of one, though, was he? Hey? I mean, part-time caretaker and full-time litter picker. That's more your pensioner's pin money type of thing, isn't it? Hey? I mean, that's not what you call a proper job, Ron. Not for a man in his prime.
Oh, a man in his prime now, is it? This morning you were ready to pop your clogs, remember?
Yeah. But I've just been visited by me past, though, haven't I, eh?
Oh, is that right?
You haven't met my wife, Jackie, have you?
No.
A pearl, Ron. An absolute pearl. Not that I realised it at the time, no. Hey, you could give me a proper chance, though, you know, Ron.
Hey?
To really start, you know, getting back on me feet, I mean. Well, you said yourself, didn't you? You've got no one to run the Moby for you.
Ah, yeah, but I didn't
Ron,
mean...
a chance. A chance. And listen, look, if you sublet it to me, right, that's regular cash in your pocket every week, isn't it? Listen, you said yourself you were struggling on just what this place fetches in for you, didn't you?
You're not kidding there. No, I don't think so, Jim, no.
Ron, look, listen, mate. I can sell, though, can't I?
Yeah, but the van isn't big enough for stone lions, is it, Jim? And for all I know, maybe that's what you want it for, a bit of transport for all your knock-off gear.
Ron, believe me, all I'm after is a way of making a respectable living, that's all. I know I can do it. And if I can show Jackie I can do it, me ex, you know, well, who knows, eh? And you stand to gain a few bob every week, don't you?
Yeah, but then there's no caretaker for this place, is there, Jim?
Well, I can do that at night, can't I? Hey, you're here yourself during the day, aren't you?
No. Anyway, Jim, I mean, I'd want the subletting up front anyway, wouldn't I?
I could scrape that together, Ronnie. A week in advance, no problem.
I suppose a few extra bob would come in handy for employing a part-time assistant. At least I could get down to wholesalers when I should do. Aye, all right, Jim. We'll give it a go. But, and I mean this, Jimmy, the first week you fail to show up with the subletting money, that's it. Understand? Finito.
Ronnie, you don't have to worry, mate. Listen, my days of taking one step forward and two back are well and truly over, and that is the God's honest truth. And hey, thanks, mate.
Let's just give him half an hour.
No way. He's not going to show.
OK, 10 more minutes. Let's just give him 10 more minutes.
Look, I've got a better idea. Let's just leave him as a bad job, eh? Like you should have done in the first place. Any second now, your luck's going to run out. And someone down at the station's going to find out you've been chasing your unauthorised tail down here. If they find out I've been with you, we'll both be up to our necks. You dragged me down here before to suss it out. Nothing. You dragged me down here today. Nothing. Now, you can end up with your backside in a sling for nothing. But I tell you what, lad, if you had any sense, you'd leave it right here and right now. So you coming or what?
OK. We'll leave it for now.
For good, Rod. We'll leave it for good.
Hey, Barry!
What now, Ron?
Hang on a minute.
Look, I'm a bit busy at the moment, Ron.
Oh, yeah. Wish I could say that. I want to word with you.
Well, like I say, I'm a bit busy, all right?
Yeah, like I say, I'm not, which is why I want to word with you. Like, when are you going to get some other tenants for this lot?
I've just been showing a prospective tenant now.
And?
And he's thinking about it.
And I'm thinking about applying for family credit the way things are going on round here.
Oh, come on, Ron. Look, I'm doing my best. I want to fill them units just as much as you do, you know.
And another thing. Any customers I do get are complaining about them steps.
Well, what's wrong with the steps?
They're not a ramp, Barry. That's what's wrong with the steps. They're a health hazard. For a start, I've got to lug all that stock up them, you know. For another thing, anybody who's old or disabled or if they've got a kid in a pushchair, it's a real bind for them getting up there, you know. When are you going to do something about it?
Ron, when are you going to get off me back?
Hey, Barry, this is a real problem, you know.
Yeah, all right, Ron, but some other time, mate, because I've got enough problems of my own at the moment, all right?
I hope I don't have to get another filling, you know. He killed me last time.
Go on, you can't feel a thing with those injections.
Yeah, you feel a needle, though. Do I have to go?
Yeah, and if you want to take your mind off it, you can sort that lot into a load for me. I still say for what they cost, they should tie their own laces. And I still can't tell the difference between those and those that cost less than half the price.
Yeah, but I can, can't I? And anyway, I helped buy them myself, didn't I, with the money from my Saturday job?
Yeah, well, help with the washing or be late for the dentist. Oh, and check the pockets. Last week I had 2 5p's our Tony had left in his jeans, ratting about for 1.5 hours, and our Mike's just the same.
Yeah, why do you get them to check on themselves?
And why didn't have 2 cats in a budgie instead of kids?
I mean, they're old enough and ugly enough too.
No, what's that?
Oh, no, nothing. Just something about Mike's I put in his room.
Let's see.
It's not, I'm honest.
If he didn't want me to find it, he wouldn't have left it in his pockets, would he? Come on, let's have a look. Hire purchase agreement. Michael Dixon. The new keyboard. He told me and your dad that he borrowed it from a mate. And according to this, it only cost £1,020 plus interest. Where do you get the 150 quid for a deposit from?
Well, I don't know, do I?
Did you know about this?
Me? No. That's just typical, that is. Oh, Mike goes and does something wrong and I get into trouble. I just knew you'd go spare, that's all, if you saw it.
Which is nothing to what your dad will do.
You gonna tell me dad about it?
No, not until I talk to Mike. I'll give him the chance to tell me the truth about it.
Yeah, and what if he doesn't?
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, and until I've had a chance to talk to Mike about it, don't say anything to your dad, do you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Jackie, I mean it, not one word. Until I've heard what Mike has to say.
I said all right, didn't I?
Time to make amends next on Living with Forgive or Forget.
My word. You know, your chin's walking around naked. What a trifle premature this morning, are we, James?
Want to get saddled up, money, in a way. You know, be on call for all those frustrated housewives who've run out of eggs for brekkie.
Oh, yeah. You wanting to run the Moby wouldn't be some grubby little device or some eating the ladies with it, Jim.
There's only one woman I'm interested in these days, Ron, and that is my beloved ex-missus. And I'll not cease from honest toil until I've got her interested in me again. The rest are just customers, OK? So there's no need to worry about me or the Moby.
Right, glad to hear it. I'll get you the keys. Well impressed with the uniform, though, Jim. But you do know you look like an advert for something new and biological, don't you?
Do you like it? It's not bad, eh? And no knock-off either. I'm starting as a mean to go on. Not a single stain anywhere. Especially not on my character.
Right. Lone Ranger. I'll get you the keys for Tonto. It's all right, love. It's only Jimmy come to pick up the Moby. Have you seen the keys?
No.
Mum, you haven't seen me trainees, have you?
How come? I'm always the one expected to know where everything is.
I'm only asking, that's all.
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Trainers by any other name would stink of feet. Where are they? Ah, there they are. Right, you can stop looking. I found them.
Do you want to give us a hand here, Sarah, what?
We'll soon have this lot sorted.
Terry, the fella from the Echo was on before. The advert's gonna be in tonight.
I think of all the hassle me and Sue had trying to buy this place.
Well, it's best not to, isn't it? It's best to look forward now, eh?
All gone now, hasn't it? House, wife, baby. And it's all my fault.
Oh, come on, Terry. We're not going through all that again. The busiest have charged the one whose fault it was. So we know it isn't your fault. I thought we got that through to you.
Well, that slime Curtis killed Sue and Danny, didn't he? That's my fault. I let him live.
Terry, what is that supposed to mean?
It means I should have killed him when I had the chance at Sue's office. That night he kept her working late and he decided to come on with her. He's alive, isn't he? And they're dead.
Yeah, but you weren't to know that, though.
How could you have? None of us knew. We all thought he was just a pathetic little wimp making a play for Sue. How could you have known he was capable of killing her and Danny?
I know now, though, don't I?
All right,
Are you going to the poly today?
The savvy. Kid's got some time off as well, so we're going up the flat to the S.
You'll be using your new keyboard, will you?
Yeah, only it's not new, and it's not mine, is it?
On loan, you said, from a mate. Is that where you got it from?
Mum, how many times do I have to tell you?
Aye, aye, aye. Whatever it was, that's no way to talk to your mother.
Well, I'm sorry, all right.
And that's no way to apologise either.
Ron, leave her.
What was all that about?
Oh, nothing. I'll see about it later.
You sure? Right. OK. Now the white tornado's off on its rounds, I might as well go down the shop. You coming in today, or what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Right. I'll get the lunch butties packed up then. My chest is still as tight as a drum, you know. I'd say roll on the weekend, but it's going to be more of the same behind the counter on Saturdays, won't it?
Well, you can rest up Sunday, can't you?
I would if I didn't have to go down the wholesalers, Dee. Tell you what, having this shop isn't working out exactly like I thought it would.
Yeah, well, it doesn't always, does it?
Ta.
Wouldn't you like another cup?
Yeah, no thanks.
Well, it won't take a minute. You don't have to be at the station just yet, do you?
I know, yeah, but there's somebody I want to see first. See if I can find him.
I just...
What?
Well, oh, nothing. It doesn't matter.
Well, go on, tell me.
I just wanted to speak to you, that's all.
So go on, tell me. And if it's about me writing out these little cake box things, I'll get round to it, OK?
No, it's not. Well, it is in a way. I mean, about me asking you to write things out and that.
I have said, haven't I? I just haven't had time.
No, I didn't mean... It's just... I should talk to you. And I didn't think I should, but Nicky says not telling you is a really bad idea.
Diana, I'm running late, right? So spit it out. I've only got an hour before I need to be down the station, and there's something I want to do first.
I make up my mind to telling you. You're never here. When you are, you're miles away.
I know, I'm sorry. I've just got this thing right, and it's really been bugging me. Tomo said I should leave it alone,
Well, that's
but...
what's something bugging me as well.
So go on, tell me.
Well, I've been trying to all week, haven't I?
Diana, if it's waited all week, right, I'm sure I can wait a bit longer.
No, Ros, honestly, I'll tell you now.
Diana, I'll try and nip back at dinner, right? You can tell me then.
No, but...
James Corkle, Esquire, purveyor of fine provisions at your service, madam.
Good God. Alf Roberts is a living breeze.
Never mind, Alf Roberts. He's stuck in one place, isn't he? Me, I'm more of a movable feast.
You can say that again.
No, listen. It's all on the square, though, this time, love. Hey, do you want to come in and have a look? It's all good stuff. Come in. Come in, missus. Yeah, beans. Fresh, tinned, or packet. The only item in here, past its sell-by date being yours truly.
Do you think Jimmy will make a go of it? The Mowbray, you know. Will you turn that sign round for us, Dee?
Sorry?
The sign. Will you turn around to open for us? And pass us another box of tissues, will you, love? No, Dee, the man-sized.
Maybe you should see a quack about that.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a chance to when the position's filled, eh? I mean, I do have to get myself a part-time assistant, you know. Right. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I don't have to put it in the window, do I? If you've changed your mind, like. I mean, I don't particularly want a stranger to help me out in here. Not if you're willing to give up the demo and come and help me full-time in the shop.
Ron, we've been through all this. I know it's only a part-time job, but it's my job and I like it and I don't intend giving it up.
Right. Fair enough. Just wanted to give it a chance to change your mind, that's all. Before the applicants start beating the door down. What is our Michael doing up there?
I don't know.
Hey, Terry. I'll just wait till you to drink here.
I'm going out.
Well, where are you going?
What are you looking for, Terry?
cab keys. Where's the cab keys?
Look, Mick's having the cab. He's got the keys.
Give the keys to the Jeep, then I'll take the Jeep.
But, Terry, where is it you want to go?
Look, where do you want to go, Terry? I'll take you wherever you want to go.
It's all right, I'm sorted. Just give us the keys, will you?
What do you want to do, Terry?
Give me the keys, give us the keys.
Terry, what do you want to do?
He's destroyed my life, hasn't he? Well, now it's my turn.
But, Terry, the police have got Graham.
Tell him to
Terry,
give me
listen,
the keys.
listen, you're not going to be able to get near him.
Well, I'll get near enough to his house, won't I? I'll burn everything he's got. Just give me the keys.
Terry,
back.
just behave yourself, will you? You don't know what you're doing.
Give me the keys, please. Give me the keys. Be all right, sir.
All right. What happened to you then?
I don't know, what?
The other day, I was waiting for you.
Oh, yeah. I had the customer to see to, didn't I?
Oh, it's just that I was waiting for you, that's all.
Anyway, you decide, did you? What it is you want?
Well, you never really said, did you, like, what was for sale, you know?
Everything's for sale, isn't it?
How do you mean?
I mean, you don't have to be nervous about saying, like, whatever it is you want. I can provide you with anything you want. Whatever turns you on. Anything for the price, right?
Needs more bass on it. Can we take it up a bit?
Don't want to make it too heavy, though. It's drowning me out as it is.
It sounds better than you, doesn't it? A bit more than that.
Right, I'm doing it, aren't I? Right, Mrs. Dixon. Come for a lunchtime concert?
Yeah, if your dad's grinding on about the Polly, just tell him I'm on my way, all right?
Well, he's not. I want a word with you.
What? How'd your morning go? Did you find who you were looking for?
Just leave me alone.
So, I'm waiting. Explain it then. Go on. And it better be good after having lied to me. I found this, and I could have shown it to your dad straight off. But I wanted to give you the chance to tell me the truth, Michael. Michael?
So I bought a keyboard. What's the big deal? And I never said anything because I knew you just keep going on about it, like you are doing.
Because you lied to me. And you lied again when I gave you the chance to explain.
Mum, what's to explain? I bought a keyboard, that's it.
On the never, without asking me or your dad or anybody. And to be paid for how? Just answer me that. Well, go on. How are you going to pay for it?
Pay for what? What's going on?
Keith, go and tell your mother she wants you.
You feeling better now?
I feel better if he was dead.
Oh, he's as good as, Terry. When it comes to trial, they'll put Graham away forever for what he did.
When is it? I mean, when's the trial? Not for months yet, not till after Christmas. Anyway, if he goes down, he'll still be alive, won't he?
Well, if he can call it that, I shouldn't think it'll be much of an existence, will it? I mean, they wouldn't dare let him mix with the other prisoners or anything, would they? For fear they'd turn on somebody who'd killed a woman and a child.
Yeah, I've heard it happens, like. If it didn't happen on its own, well, someone could make it happen, couldn't he? How do you mean? Someone with contacts inside, like you. I mean, I'd pay. Tell him I'd pay. So long as he ends up on a slab, I'll pay.
I'll behave yourself, Terry. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm asking you, aren't I? You can get it seen to. Have him seen to.
God! You don't mean this, Terry.
Why? Why not?
Well, it's no sort of way to act, is it?
What's the matter with you, Barry? Not like you. You've gone squeamish all of a sudden, haven't you?
Forget it, Terry. It's not going to happen. Even if I could make it happen. So just forget it, eh?
But why? Why not after what he did?
He's going to go down for what he did. And that's enough. All right?
You lie to your mother, you lie to me. You get yourself up to your neck in debt that we know nothing about. God, are you trying to worry us to death or what, Michael? Why don't you just dig a bloody great hole and stick us in it and have done with it?
Ron.
Well, look at him. He hasn't listened to a word I've said.
You haven't said anything. You just shouted me down as usual.
Oh, it's a deprived child routine now, is it? Well, I tell you what, you can deprive yourself of this little lot for the start. Because if this isn't back in that shop that was daft enough to sell it to you in the first place by tomorrow morning...
Well, seeing as I'm not a kid and seeing as it's not going back, you're just out of luck, aren't you?
Look. I ran out of luck the day I had kids.
Ron, you don't mean that.
Oh, don't I? Have you seen the interest on this? Do you know how much you're going to end up paying for this stupid contraption you've got here, do you?
I can read, can't I?
Oh, can you? Well, you sure as hell can't think. Otherwise, it might just have occurred to you that you can't afford to pay it back.
I've told you, Dad. I can pay it back from what I make on gigs.
Gigs? Don't make me laugh. The only thing you and that two-bit band have made up to now is idiots of yourselves. Gigs. Dying on your feet down the Legion and a striptease at the Polly.
Well, that's me grant money.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'd forgotten about that. Your money, yeah. You must think I am some kind of mug, Michael. Do you really think I'm going to stump up for your education just so you can squander your grant on all this rubbish?
Anyone would think you were paying for the whole lot.
Mike, your dad's right. Your grant's supposed to take you through your studies for the year.
Only it won't now, will it? And who's going to have to bail you out then? What? Oh, and while we're on the subject, Michael, would you mind explaining to me and your mother just where it was that you got 150 quid for a deposit for this lot?
That's my business, isn't it?
Don't you push it, sunshine. I'm breaking more than my back down in that shop, working all the hours God sends, just trying to keep you and the rest of this family from going under. So if you found some little novel way of dropping in on 150 quid, just like that, I want to know what it is.
I used my credit card.
Say that again.
Oh, what's the big deal? I got a credit card and I used it to pay the deposit off on the keyboard.
Oh, Michael, you're going to have to pay that back so much a month. I suppose you're thinking of taking that out of your grant as well.
I know what I'm doing, all right?
Me and your mother don't deserve this, Michael.
Oh, it's not as if I'm going to come crying to you for it, if that's what you're worried about. I took it on, so it's my responsibility.
Wrong! I'm responsible for you and everything you do while you're living under my roof. Don't you understand that, you stupid little... What does it take to get through that thick skull of yours?
Well, I'll be responsible for myself in future.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means as soon as I can find myself a place, I'm moving out.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll just have to see about that, won't we?
Where's Barry gone?
He's, there were some toys and things of Danny's. Barry's taken them down to Alder Hay. Some of the sick kids might... You don't mind, do you?
Mind? Nah, I don't mind. He must be getting soft in his old age.
No, before you go right into the Pope about him, I better tell you it was my idea, taking the things to the kiddies' hospital.
Nah, I mean about before. There was a time when he'd have had that scum Curtis painfully destroyed while I was still thinking about it.
Well, he knew you weren't serious.
He knows me well enough to know that I was serious.
Well, he was protecting you from yourself then. He is like that with you, isn't he? Protective.
We've been mates for a long time, haven't we?
Well... Has he always been the same?
Same as what?
I don't know, I suppose... I've just never seen one mate as defensive about anything and everything as Barry is about you.
You're not suggesting he fancies me, are you?
No, but you know what I mean. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but it did cross my mind that you might have done it.
Yours and mine. And a lot of other people's, I shouldn't wonder.
No, that's just it. Not Barry's. I don't think for one split second Barry ever believed that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, did he ever say to you, like, well, I was so certain that it wasn't me that done it?
No, he went on about all the evidence the police had against Graham and that, but in the end, I believed him just because he was so certain.
Like I did.
Not a bad little setup you've got yourself.
Yeah. And I did it all for you, though, you know, Jack.
Did what? I mean, what have you come as?
Yeah, well, didn't want to overdo it, did I? Hey? I meant it, though. Listen, I took on board what you told me the other day. You know, about getting myself sorted and that, and getting a proper job.
You haven't gone out and bought this thing, have you?
No, I've sublet it, haven't I? Off Ronnie Dixon. He's got one of the new shops, hasn't he? And this is just a start, kiddo.
I'm surprised you can manage to. Start, I mean.
It's all right, this. Do 35 downhill with the following wind, if you wind the lassie band tight enough to start with.
Not much use for your fast getaways, though, is it?
Don't intend making any, do I?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Hey, I mean it. One of my fast getaways nearly cost someone his life, didn't it? I told you that. And another one cost me you. You and me kids.
It was me who told you to sling your hook.
Oh, yeah, and with good reason and all. And then it was off, wasn't I? Like a rat up a drain pipe. I know now, though, what I've been missing all these years.
Taking you long enough, hasn't it?
I think I always knew. I was too busy, though, wasn't I? Hey? Too busy being the hard knock. Jimmy the scally. Too busy to admit it to anyone, even myself. But every now and then, right from the start, there'd be times when I'd lie awake at 2 in the morning and I'd know all right. Know how I'd chucked away what some people are never lucky enough to have ever had.
It's not that easy. You can't just walk in and take it all back, Jimmy.
I know that. I don't expect to... Look, Jackie, I know I've got to prove myself to you and that, but look, all this, it's a start, isn't it, eh? I mean, go on, admit it. You are just a bit impressed, aren't you? Eh? Aren't you?
Yeah, I am. A bit.
I don't for 1 minute think that you did kill them. I mean, I hope you don't think that's what I'm saying, Terry.
Nah, you're all right. I don't believe I did anymore.
You haven't remembered, have you, where you were?
No, that's just it. Well, the more I think about it, the more I think it would be something that I wouldn't forget, you know, if I had done it to them.
I don't think you ever would either, Terry.
Like you say, he's so certain, isn't he? Do you feel he knows something? It's like, well, even before the evidence about Graham, do you think he knows something nobody else knows?
Well, if he is holding back on something, I don't know what or why. Especially since he's been so keen to get you off the hook. Maybe he just never did doubt you for a single second. Maybe he's the loyalist friend you could ever wish to have.
Still wouldn't help me get rid of that disease Curtis, though, off the face of this earth, would he?
Yeah, well, maybe he's not getting soft in his old age, just sensible. Make us a cup of tea.
Oh, you've changed your shirt. The other one get dirty, did it?
Yeah.
It wasn't coffee or anything like that, was it? Because it stains. If it is, I should give it a soak. Will you fetch it for me?
No, just leave it. Just felt like a wash and a change, that's all.
You're not going straight out, are you? I was going to make us a sandwich.
I'm not hungry.
Well, I came home specially. I want us to talk. And I'm sorry about this morning, you know, making you mad.
It doesn't matter.
No, but it does. I mean, I should have been brave enough to just come straight out with it. But I was scared in case you thought it was stupid. Nikki's right, isn't she? I mean, you being a policeman, you'll respect me more for being honest.
Well, what? Well, just say. Diana, if you'd known the sickness I had this morning, you know I wouldn't need this.
I'm trying to tell you, aren't I? I'm just sorry about having to make you write things out. You know, like the invitations and that.
Doesn't matter.
But it does. You don't understand. You won't listen. It does matter because... Well, because...
Because what?
Because I can't write myself, that's why. OK, so now you know. I can't read and I can't write.
Oh, you stupid mare. Why didn't you say?
I knew you'd say that, that's why. I suppose you don't want to marry a stupid mare like me, do you?
No, I didn't.
Well, don't worry, because I don't want to marry you now. So, and since you're so clever, you can write and tell everyone it's all off.
Diana!
I said it's all off, didn't I?
make amends next on Living with Forgive or Forget.